Oh, that's nice.
When they need to.
Yeah. Man, I gained 10 pounds eating the red and the green M&Ms, bro. I gained 10 pounds so quick. On top of up today, how you brothers been for the week, man?
Oh, we've been good. We've been
good.
Good. We can't ignore the ratings. I mean, this light skin thing is working for me and
I
Derek.
heard it's going market. Where do we start?
Yo. What's up? Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Like, subscribe, tell a friend about our show, and make comments, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the four brothers here will get right back to you. So, my brothers from another mother, man, welcome and happy to see you guys, man. It's been 7 days since we chopped it up. What's going on with you? Talk to me, Derek. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm all right, man. As you can see, I'm all dressed up, man. Check this out. Sweaters on and everything. It's cold as hell outside right now, man. I hate weather like this. I don't know anybody who, if you're not in New York, if you're watching this somewhere elsewhere, just understand that it is rainy, it is snowy, and it is full-on March weather. Hate it, man. You know what I mean? But it just kind of gets in your bones. But other than that, man, I'm all right. I'm just enjoying a little time with my family. Just finished eating a nice dinner, so it just makes me really happy and feeling really blessed that on a day like this, when there are others out there who do not have any place to stay, I say it all the time. There are people out here don't have a place to live. They don't have food on their table or in the refrigerator or anything like that. It makes me feel good, man. So I'm taken care of, man. So. And I get to hang out with you guys again, man. So I'm feeling real blessed, man. So everybody, thanks for coming in, for checking in. Hey, Monique, how you doing? All right. Yeah, and that's it, man. Just enjoy my time with y'all, man. The highlight of my week, man. Talk to me, Rodney. What's going on with you, brother?
Everything's good. Yesterday went to poker with my wife. I just want to let you know, baby, if you're watching, don't worry, you'll get them next time. So we didn't finish strong yesterday, but other than that, everything is good. Kids good. I do want to say something. Today is March 9th. It is, for people that don't know me, I am, and you probably have no idea that I'm a big Biggie fan.
Baby. Baby. Oh.
But today was his 25th anniversary of his death. So I just want to say R.I.P. to Big. And I was given a gift from my wife and one of my daughters. Right. And I felt I needed to share this with you guys on this show. So I'm going to show you the gift that I got. For people that, know me, my background, I grew up in Queens. I lived in Hollis, so I was a Run DMC fan as well. And I got this from my wife and my daughter.
Wow.
Word. What is that?
Is that Legos?
It's a Lego shell toe Adidas.
Right, come on, that's hot.
It's got the Adidas symbol on the back. It's got it on the tongue. It's got the laces in it. This shit is dope.
It is.
So,
It is.
And
it
comes in an Adidas box.
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
That's hot, right?
That is clever.
It made me so happy. I just had to share with the audience.
That's nice.
Share with you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Big Sam and the kids, man.
Yeah, shout out to Avery. Avery put it together by herself, and she said it took her 3 hours. I was just so happy.
Wow.
She put it together?
They put it together?
Yeah, it comes in like 300-400 pieces. You got to sit there and put it together. Yeah.
Oh, that's even more special, man.
Yeah.
Time in, man.
Exact, Monique. I'm telling you, it almost brought a tear to my eye when I saw it when they finished it.
Yeah.
They actually like me. Yeah. They actually like me in here, but that made my week.
Everybody likes you. You Rod. You're a good man, brother. You're good father and husband, and you deserve everything that's coming to you, brother.
Thank you. What I decided to do to repay everybody, I'm gonna keep the lights and the heat on one.
There you go,
week.
brother. That's it. You can't beat that 1 week extension.
Yeah.
It means something today too. Let me tell you,
man. Listen.
But that was the highlight of my week, was getting that Lego shell toe.
So you got more than just the big piece of chicken.
I got more than the big. That's better than the big piece of chicken.
Facts.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a shelf. I'm gonna put it on the shelf down here in the basement and have it like a little memorabilia type of thing.
Dope.
You know
No shoestrings in them. Did not win them. Bought them
with the black lead denim. That's right. Yeah. That's vintage. That's vintage. But that was my week. And Kelvin, how was your week?
You know, my week was pretty good. I did a lot of thinking, you know, and I want to, you know, much like Derek thinking about, you know, the weather and the weather patterns and things like that. You know, it's crazy because one day it'll be really, really hot, nice weather, and then you never break out of it. You go right back into a cold cycle, you know. But I'm learning, man, just to be thankful. I mean, every other day in the city, somebody's getting shot or some crazy crime or something like that, man. It just makes me really appreciative of friends and family. You know what I mean? And so I'm very, very, very appreciative. So this week I just did a lot of thinking, you know, kind of about my parents and people that have gone on, man. I just want to make sure that, you know, they're proud of me and, you know, the man I've become and the things that I'm trying to do. And I want to stop being as critical about the natives. I've gotta, I said to myself, I'm very critical of the natives and I have to stop doing that. So I made a commitment that I am no longer going to be critical of the natives. I made that commitment this week. No. Now, by Tuesday, I broke it. So it's over now. I tried. I gave it a valiant effort, everything like that. Because then the natives had to come in, and I got home. Somebody had dug up some of the front of my grass and scattered all the leaves and stuff like that. So I relapsed. I fell off the wagon. So the natives, I can't take them. My people just never gonna get anywhere. That's just the bottom line, you know. But I did try. It was the intention. It was the thought that counted, you know. But no. Other than that, man, the week has been pretty good, and I'm optimistic. Whenever we get into March, you think about, you know, if you made it through December, if you made it through January, February, in your mind, at least mine, the winter's behind you. And I'm looking forward to saying goodbye to COVID. I'm looking forward to saying goodbye to these masks. That's it. I'm telling y'all right now. After this summer, I ain't wearing another mask. I ain't doing nothing else. That's it. Let me die. That's it. I'm going to live. That's it. That's it. I don't care. I do not care. I will go to COVID Island. I don't care. I go to Wuhan. I'm doing it now. This is it. I just sat back too long. So that's it. So I'm ready to get it popping. My man, D, the orchestrator, the devastator, the scroll maker. What's going on, brother?
No scrolls. I'm going 2 weeks. I'm clean. Sandra said she thought something was wrong with you. I thought Kevin was sick for a minute too. But the natives will always bring you back.
Yo, did I tell y'all what happened? I called D the other day. I told him what happened. I told my phone, I was like, dial D. As soon as I said that, a scroll came across my screen. And it was crazy. But D, what's good with you, man?
Nah, man, everything's good, man. This weekend I went to one of my good friends. She's Jewish and her father passed away. So I went to a shiva. I didn't know what that was. So it was the Jewish wake. I never went to one before. Mad food. Shout out to the Goldsmith family, man. With their father sleeps in power. And the gas prices was fucking me up, man. I mean, it's cheaper to fly Spirit than drive to Manhattan, bro. Like, I might risk it all. If Spirit can fly to East New York, I might just get on that motherfucker for fucking $10.
Yo, I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
I brought out the 4-cylinder, squeezed my big ass in that Sentra and then cruising. That gas price. I'm ready to get one of these electric cars ASAP. This shit is ridiculous, man. I don't know how people do that shit, man. And I got addicted to FanDuel. What happened to Rod? Oh shit. Well, Rod comes back, you get Rod back in. But I got addicted to FanDuel, and I started gambling, and I started gambling on the Knicks. Man, I wish the Knicks would have never got vaccinated. So there'd been a whole bunch of new players out there. So I wish the motherfuckers didn't get vaccinated. I've been like, God damn, don't get vaccinated. Do this, FanDuel. Just don't do it. Just don't get vaccinated, motherfucker. Oh, man. They're the worst motherfucker. It's just the dumbest shit. He gets thrown out of games. His hairstyle is horrible. Just that motherfucker, man. Like, and tonight, I didn't bet on them, and they winning by like 15, 16 points right now.
You already know. As soon as you mention the Knicks, D, you brought it on yourself, brother.
Hell, man. Hell yeah. What up? So that's what's my weekend, man. I've been missing out on my bets lately, man, because of the Knicks, man. But that's my fault. But gas price, it got to come down. Rent is too damn high, and the gas price is way too motherfucking high.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, let me ask the question. It's gonna be random, really, really quickly.
Right.
Who taught? And this gonna sound chauvinistic. Do women take a class on arguing? Do they like? Is there special? How do they learn it? Because they're so good at it.
Yeah.
Oh, Rod, I can't hear Rod.
No,
No, I can't hear Rod.
So I think they got a class on it, or they got motherfucking some kind of playbook somewhere.
Yeah, because I notice
It's a degree
no
program.
matter how you try to present something, it has the potential to end in an argument.
Mhm.
So I just want to know where it comes from. I don't know if there's a class or something, or there's a tutorial, but they're very, very good at it. Very good at it. Because you
Can
can
you
say
hear me
something
now?
like, "Hey, yeah, we can hear you." You can
Got
say
it.
something like, "Hey, how was your afternoon?" Afternoon this morning, and then it's a big argument. So I'm just curious.
Jamie said they get it from their mama.
No, I think it's in their DNA. And another
Oh.
thing too, they don't accept defeat in an argument.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh no
Well,
flag of
no.
surrender.
Hey, we got
No.
a woman responding.
Sean said it's like motherhood. It comes natural.
That's
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
They're
That's
just
true.
very, very.
Yo, don't make me call you after that.
All right, Monique. No
You got
disrespect. No
smoked.
disrespect. No disrespect.
No, it's in their DNA. They're very good at it. The thing is, even when they're losing the argument, they're going to still win. They're
Right.
masterful at it. Masterful.
And
at
you
it.
can wind up apologizing when you know you're right.
No, not me.
You won't take it?
Nah, if I'm right, I'm right. I mean, I ain't gonna apologize for being right.
To keep peace, you're not gonna apologize. Okay, I hear that.
I can take a couple of nights on the couch. I'll be all right.
Hey, Rod got a nice
Stand
couch.
on
So
the
we can go
square.
sleep.
Yeah, but by night 3, Rod gonna be like, I've been thinking.
Let me tell you something.
You know?
When we bought that furniture, I thought about those nights I might have to sleep on that couch. I said, I want a nice couch out here. I'm no fool.
Just in case.
But even like the thing is like when the argument's over, it could be 2 weeks and they'll bring that shit up. And then another thing, why they always got another thing?
And
Yeah,
furthermore,
yeah.
What the fuck? I'm over that shit.
I'm gonna tell you, D, I was about 19 years old. I had this girlfriend. She's 21. She's like, I'm gonna call you later. I was like, all right. She never called. She called me a couple of days later, beefing. Why you didn't call me? I said, you said you didn't call me. Yeah, but when you saw that I didn't call you, you should have called me to see why I didn't call you. I'm like, you know what? I didn't look at it that way.
No. The thing is, that's not arguing. That's called crazy.
Well, I don't want to get the scroll, but I'm just trying to be politically correct.
See,
but
it's always another thing. It's always another thing.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
I'm telling you, that's growing up.
We the best arguers. That's it.
We're the best arguers ever.
It got to be a class in that shit. It must be a class in that shit.
No, I tell you, it's DNA. They just naturally know how to argue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate when people don't want to admit they're wrong.
What up, Simone?
Yeah, Simone.
Yo, you know what's funny?
Ridiculous.
I had a woman and her husband. They was like, yo, I want you to just be a mediator. We having problems. And she literally said, everything would be all right if he would just do what I want him to do. It was hilarious, yo. It was just. And that was pretty much summed everything up.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it is. It's so funny when a young guy, you see the young guys when they with their girl. Nah, I'm not having it. You gonna listen to me. This that. You see the older dudes, they just in the mall carrying the bags like. Ain't no fight left in the brother. Just ain't no fight left. You see an older dude, there ain't no fight left in him, man.
We wherever the mall bench is at, we send him out the mall.
That's
bench.
it. He do like I done
bottom massage chairs.
Man, my man got nothing else to prove. My man done been doing this for 45 years. He like, right.
We check our phone for the score, and that's about it. Maybe go to what's that, Auntie Annie's to get a pretzel.
Oh no,
man.
They get you through that again. They get you through right there.
And that's it. That's it.
Yeah, when you see older couples on the Auntie Annie line, it's actually a treat for the husband. Like,
there you go.
She's treating him like he's a kid. He's like, yo.
I want Rodney to answer this question.
That's a good question. Simone says, why do some women treat their man like he is a child?
Rodney, you and I had this discussion 1,000 times.
Yeah, we did. I don't want to say what we talked about because
I'll say it,
I'm gonna get the scroll.
So D, that's your new thing now. You're gonna get other people to scroll, D.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass the baton to the master.
No. Let me process this.
Go ahead, D.
Simone. Some women want to raise their men and date their sons, the children. I would say children. So we have girls. They want to raise their men. They didn't do it. Maybe they didn't do a good job the first time, or they just for some reason they think they need to control their man, and their man is like their child to them. But when they have a son, they want to start dating their sons. Like he's a king, he's a prince, all that kind of shit like that.
D, let me tell you something. The worst I saw, I was in Flint, Michigan during the water crisis.
Time out. Once you say you was in Flint, the story goes bad from there.
Yo, it was during the water crisis, and you got this husband and wife.
You trying to do stuff? Okay,
let me tell you something. I've never seen. You ever see some woman emasculate the dude so bad that you embarrassed for him?
Yeah.
And I mean, literally, we were there trying to help them set up a CDC, a Community Development Corporation, and he chimes in like, you know what I was thinking. She's like, "Be quiet. You don't even know what she's talking about. Let them do it. Let's do it." And you sitting there like. Whoa. And this is like a big muscle bound dude, whatever. So when she walk out the room, she on my nerves. We only moved here because of her. I left my career in Detroit. I could have done whatever like that. She was deep. But when she got back, my man got quiet again. And I was like, wow. I was like, yo, I felt bad. You know what I'm saying? Like when we got out the car to go to the airport, you just looked at my man looking at us like, can I go with you? It's like that. It's so frightening to see a dude emasculated like that. It really was. I mean, It was a bad look. It was a bad look. Yeah, and that doesn't, there's nothing worse than weak man. It's nothing worse than a weak man. Nothing. It's just nothing. I'm sorry. I don't even know how he got on that, but anyway, D, I'm not gonna let the enemy use us.
And the great words of Kanye West, then they leave your ass for a white girl.
I got a family member couple. I don't really want to say their name, but
it's pretty nice. Yeah.
What up, Kay?
Yeah.
What up?
The thing is, the man is considered the aunt, and the wife is considered the uncle.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that's how weak that situation is. Yeah.
Why would a woman want to be seen that way though, man? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know what that is. What that's about, man.
What's the point of getting a man that you're going to break down? I just want to know what's the point of that. Well,
like, some people have a problem with men.
Well, they shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have married one then.
Yeah, but you know what? The only way to kind of flex over one probably is to be in close proximity to one. So that's probably part of it. Where it's like in other words, I'm going to do to you what somebody did to me or whatever. The abused becomes the abuser, and I think that's what it is. You know what I mean? And you got a lot of dudes like that grew up. That's why I say any woman that if you browbeat your sons or make them masculine, there's a resentment that some of these dudes develop for women, and you see it. You really see it.
Monique checking in. She says some mothers make the mistake and tell their daughters that you have to train them.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of bad information comes from up top. Yeah, upper management has done a lot of things to ruin generations, and men get the same thing. We get the same bad information that barbershop talk.
People hurt people, and that's the real one right there. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, definitely.
Some kind of pain, man, and they pass it on. Man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I
got a question for y'all. Let's change it a little bit. Does cheating have an expiration date? Like if somebody cheated on you 20 years ago, you've been married 40 years or whatever, and found out your spouse cheated on you, would it bother you? And women, I want y'all to chime in too.
And now you just found out. You didn't know then. You just found out.
Just found out. You're married 30 years.
I'm gonna say that shit don't got an expiration date.
Okay.
I gotta agree with Rodney.
Yeah. The way I look at it, and it's like D said, you've been married 40 years and you found out 20 years ago that one of the people had an affair. The thing is, it starts to like affect your mind about what else has been going on. If you deceived me about this 20 years ago, then what else is going on? It starts to break down everything that they trusted about you, how they saw you. that's especially, I would say, even more so a woman. That ain't going away that easy. There's gonna be some consequences for that shit.
Women gonna bring that shit back up.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're gonna have to live. You're gonna have to live with that. You'll be driving to the store, and it's gonna come up. You'll be going to the kids' graduation. It's gonna come up. You're gonna be going to basically a funeral, and it's gonna come up. You're gonna be watching TV, and it's gonna come up. Something's going to always remind. I mean, it depends on the two people. I mean, there's couples that have gotten past infidelity in the past, but I mean, it's going to definitely affect the future of the marriage going forward.
Yeah, Sean, exactly. Once the trust is broken, it is hard to repair. And everything's in question. She said she's agreeing with Rod. Yeah. Monique, it depends on the status of our relationship back then, but if we're good, then we may need to talk about it.
I don't think there's a worse thing you can do to a man. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't think there's a worse thing you can do. I mean, I'm speaking as a person that has been through it when I was younger. It's something that it takes your pride. You mess with your soul. You know what I'm saying? Y'all looking at the screen now, but Kel, you're a sex symbol. Nope. Back then, I didn't become a sex symbol until I was 26. So it's like, but no, it's one of those things. Now I've heard people go to counseling and it's like, you can survive it. But for a woman to do that, to be able to do that with guys, there's a double standard, which is not fair, but it's true. Guys sleep with anything that has friction. A woman, though, is a little different, I think. And I admit it's a double standard, but I don't know. The only thing is, if it happened one time, is it one and done? Is it a deal breaker, or do you leave room? Because you obviously are in love with the person. Dee said it could have happened 40 years ago. You could have had a great 39 years since. Then what do you do?
I don't know, man.
That shit is karma coming out later on. That's what it is.
How's karma gonna manifest itself?
Yeah. That means you buying a new car. Hey, but look at this new car I found.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelvin, you said one thing though, man. You said that it does. You did mention the double standard, which I thought is interesting. Are you saying that it means more when a woman cheats? Like, is it more?
I think so.
It's more destructive.
I think so. I think what it is. I think it usually, and I'm talking about women from back in the day, not the Instagram era. Back in the day, for what it took for a woman to be with a guy, there's supposed to be a level of comfort. There's supposed to be some type of emotional attachment. Back in the day, it usually took more. A dude will literally sleep with somebody. A woman could tell a man, I don't like you. I don't care about you. I don't ever want to see you again. You want to sleep together? All right, I'm down. That's what a dude would do. That's just what it is, and have no feelings for the woman,
right?
And whatever like that. Where women, and I think it's because their organs are internal versus ours.
Yeah.
Monique, she said it's hard when a child is a product of an affair. Yeah.
I think that's worse.
Been through that.
But now you're talking about, it's definitely the survival.
I think so. I agree with Sean on that. I agree with Sean.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. It you kind of have to see what came out of it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's easier to push to the back, as long as there's a constant reminder, like, i.e. a child or some other situation that you're living in, man.
Easy to push to the back. See, right there. That thing right there will set up the argument. See, this is what I'm saying. Y'all remember Best Man when he's at the altar and my man kept getting the flashes?
Yeah.
That's what you'll get. You're gonna get them flashes.
It's worse for men because if a chick, if a man cheats and he has a kid with outside his marriage, the woman could be more acceptable of him having that kid. It takes a while. It's gonna take some work, a lot of work. Imagine your chick getting pregnant and you got to deal with her for 8-9 months, and you found out she said, "I'm keeping the baby because she don't believe in abortion," and you got to see her pregnant.
Well, that's when
she's not gonna let you know it's not yours.
But one of you find out.
I think then that's when you go to the. I think that's when you have to go to the Bronco dealership and get a white Bronco.
Let me tell you.
I think that's when you have to just.
Yo, by the time you find out, the kid is probably 27. You know what I'm saying? What they say, mama's baby, papa's maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, your wife get pregnant, she ain't gonna come and tell you I'm pregnant by somebody else.
I'm gonna tell you why it will never work.
It's yours.
This is why it will never work. Every argument is gonna go to that. That's your go-to move. Excuse me, did you leave the toothpaste empty? I know you not talking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mr. Baby Maker, I know you're not talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
if I leave the toothpaste, what you gonna do? You gonna go out and make another baby? That's what you gonna do?
Jamie, bring up Monique's what she said right
Yeah,
there.
she had some kind of deep. She said my uncle had a child that he knew about, and she contacted him 35 years later. It was bad. That's
Well, at least he
that's-
had to pay child support.
yeah, I mean, see, I love the fact that you take silver lining.
I feel him on that.
Yeah, that's
Shorty said Kelvin is choosing violence.
Yeah,
I know, man. He said
Choosing
it.
violence today.
Real.
the Bronco was a nice car though. You gotta at least say it was like it's groovy inside.
Yeah.
Yo, my cousin still had a white Bronco to the 2000s. He still had it way in the 2000s.
Yeah. Yo, I'm gonna piggyback on something that Kelvin said earlier. Like, it is different for men and women, and I'm gonna let you into a man's mind for a minute. The reason why it's worse to us when women cheat on us is because we're very territorial. You know what I mean? When you have a woman and you committed to a woman, you see that as your woman and nobody else can have it or touch it. You know what I'm saying? And then once that's been touched, there's a lot of images in the man's mind. Well, she's no different than them skeezers that I was messing with. So then we put women in categories in our mind. I don't know. I'm just speaking for myself. You put them in categories. So then when you cheat, then you fall out of one category into another category. So that's why I think it's harder for men to deal with it than women, you know?
Right. That makes sense.
Because we're territorial.
Here you go. I think it's harder for men that cheat a lot. Like, say, if a man that was always out there in the streets doing his thing with his wife, I think it's harder for him than a fucking regular dude that's like, who was working hard doing this thing. Those guys hate when this shit come back on it. They fuck them up hard.
Correct. The guy that's always cheating a lot, when he gets cheated on, he's freaking devastated. He's devastated.
Why you think women aren't territorial?
I'm just saying that men are more territorial. I'm just saying we're more territorial.
I don't know, Rod. Women leave panties all over the house when they come and visit and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it has a lot to do with the fact that when a guy is with a woman, she's letting him in. And to me, for her to that level of disloyalty to actually, for what a dude has to do, for what a woman has to do, it's almost like her organs are internal, and that's different. That's letting a man be a part of her. And it's like, man, to think of that level of intimacy where, like I said, with a dude, anything moving, a dude would go after. And so I just think it's hard, man. It is hard. In the level of humiliation and things like that, it's women I always thought associated with sex with love more so than men did. So, and I know that's a double standard again, but we're different people. It is a double standard. Men and women view things different.
Yeah,
you know, I'll say who said it the best. Norm from Cheers. He said, women, you can't live with them. Pass the beer nuts, please. That
Oh my God.
You know, they don't even have beer nuts at the bar anymore.
Because that's disgusting. Everybody's sticking their hands in it now.
Yeah, when you stop and think about it, yeah, you're right.
It's disgusting, but also peanut allergies, people saying. Go ahead, Monique.
Monique said my dad had a whole other family for 18 years when the kid went to PS 124 with us, D.
Your dad wasn't the only dad.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Monique, we know him? I mean, well, obviously you know. But damn, I don't even remember that shit.
Wow.
That's deep.
Damn.
I know that parent-teacher conference was foul.
Yeah.
Like, sir, you was just in here. Yeah.
Yeah. Just mind your business. Just mind your business and tell me what this kid did. That's all I want to hear. Don't tell me what I was doing.
Oh, man.
Oh, yes, you know him.
Oh, man. This is playing out in real time.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's
Everybody stay tuned for the exciting conclusion. PS 124.
PS 124.
The Wonder Years.
Oh, that's some classic shit, man. Classic shit. Shout out to 124 crew. Word. That's funny. Going people from here go no rap. What you said?
Oh yeah. That's how people end up snapped at Workstar. Yeah.
World
Star. Okay, you went up on Snapped at Worldstar. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's an interesting topic, man. Interesting topic conversation, man.
Yeah.
So I think we got a special guest tonight, man. This brother is a dynamic brother, graduated of South Carolina State University, Morehouse graduate, in the medical field. I call him Mr. Cheeks. He hangs out Pretty Lou, Freaky Ty, Lost Boy member. Nah, I'm fuck with y'all. Jamie, bringing out good brother from another mother, Dr. Cheeks.
Dr. Cheeks.
What up,
All right.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight?
All
We're
right, how
doing
you
good.
doing?
We're doing good, brother. How you doing? Thanks for
I'm
coming
good.
on.
Good. I see him going in on my name now. Of course, I heard it all.
Yeah.
I mean, I played football, so I heard it all from butt cheeks to ass cheeks to white cheeks. I heard it all.
Curtis Blow, all that kind of shit, right?
All that. Curtis
Long-
Blow, yeah.
Yeah.
Long as they don't call you sweet cheeks.
So here's a funny story. I did my training at Grady Hospital, and one of my fellow classmates was down the hall, and she called me, said, Cheeks, come here. And all these girls came running out of this room because they thought I was the stripper in Atlanta with the last name.
That's classy, man. That's fine. That's good shit.
Yeah.
That is good shit.
Yeah.
So, Doctor, tell people a little bit about yourself, man, because I want to go through the whole history. Just a quick
Sure, no problem.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm a graduate from South Carolina State University, the Mighty Bulldogs, and then I came on to Atlanta, went to Morehouse School of Medicine to finish my, just started and finished my medical degree. I'm a family practice physician. I have my own practice. My practice has been open for 10 years now. We celebrated our 10-year anniversary this past January.
Congratulations.
So yeah, big ups to that. And so I see everybody from ages 2 years old and on up, do a little bit of everything. And that's kind of why I went into family practice, because I don't like seeing just women or just elderly. I like to see everybody. So I get to see kids. I get to see women. I get to do pap smears. I get to do sports medicine. I get to see the elderly. I do internal medicine. I do dermatology. I get to do minor surgery. So as a family practitioner, I get to do a little bit of everything. So it keeps me on my toes. And so that's why I like being in family practice right now.
That's what's up, brother. Since we're in the top, we in Women's Month, right? Women celebrating Women's Month here. One thing that I noticed in the Black community is like fibroid tumors is big in the Black and the community. And some of the things people saying what causes fibroid tumors. I heard it from saying deodorants, from the dyes, from the perms and all that stuff, and the hair dye. I mean, some of these women do need to keep some of that deodorant. Some of them need that aluminum. So they underarm. Look, they need that underarm. They need that aluminum. They need the underarm. Come on, don't scroll for that one.
Need the hair did. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
brother.
unfortunately, none of that is a cause for tumors, for fibroids. So fibroids are benign tumors that grow in the uterus. The only causal link they've been able to find is vitamin D deficiency. Now, African American women are unfortunately are heavily purported to get fibroids, much more than their white counterparts or their Asian counterparts. But there's no causal link to deodorants and dyes and braids and hair products or anything like that. And most women, 70 to 80% of women, will get a fibroid by the time they're 60 years old. Now, whether or not that fibroid is going to cause them any problems, that's the big question. But most will get a fibroid if they live to be that old. And so the best thing to do is make sure they stay on top of their health exams. Go get your pap smear. Ladies, please go get your pelvic exams. If you've been with the same partner, then you can go every 3 years. But if you're changing the partners, then you need to go every year. And the pap smear is a screening test for cervical cancer. That's right, cervical cancer. Now, your physician, when they do their manual exam, when they're putting their fingers inside and palpating, that's when they're looking for things like fibroids. If you have any heavy bleeding, menstrual cycle where it's lasting longer than 7 days, or you're changing your pad every 2, 3, 4 hours, then that's when you need to go and talk to your doctor and be evaluated to see if you have fibroids. And the way we do that is usually via an ultrasound. You can get an ultrasound done just like you do when women are pregnant, when they have a baby inside. We use that same type of ultrasound. or an MRI to determine if you have any fibroids. And then at that point is when we determine the size of them. You can have, women can have one fibroid, or they can have as many as 30, 40, 50 fibroids. And all of them can be different sizes. So it's important that you stay on top of your health and go see your doctor and stay on top of your preventive health screenings.
Doctor, let me ask you this question. I noticed today, and I'm sure we all see it, cosmetic surgery, people changing their bodies, people enhancing their bodies. It seems to be the new trend. It seems to be very, very commonplace. And I want to know, are there any like long lasting effects in the negative from that? Or is it just something that's just the way of the world today, and it's the normal in the medical field?
Good question. So I was just having a discussion with someone the other day about the liposuction. Every woman wants to go get liposuction, and now they're all trending down to Miami to get the Brazilian butt lift. I have patients who are going out of the country to Costa Rica, Mexico, Dominican Republic to get these procedures done. And when I was talking to them, people need to realize that when you get liposuction done, they are sucking out fat cells. Okay, so you no longer have fat cells in that area, but you have fat cells everywhere else. And so when you start gaining fat, fat has to go somewhere. So it may not be in your midsection, maybe in your thighs now, maybe in the area below your knees, maybe in your arms, maybe in your back. So that fat has to go somewhere. And so when you are getting this procedure done, realize that you are taking a risk that in the future, your body may not be proportionate, because now you have a small waist, but now you got big arms and big thighs and big legs, because now your fat is gone there. So that is a big concern. And of course, if you're going out of the country, please be very careful. Please research who you're going to see. I don't necessarily advocate for you going out of the country, but if you feel like that's your best route because it's less expensive, then please research who you're going to see and have a backup plan as to what you can do once you get back to the States if there's a problem. Because there are a lot of problems. There are problems. In fact, what's the young lady on TV now? She has a show all about the cosmetic procedures that have gone wrong. So, yeah, please be mindful of that.
Mm-hmm. Jamie, can you bring back Shauna's statement real quick? Bring it back up, please.
Yeah, she said most GYNs don't do yearly PAPs anymore.
It's not the GYN, it's the insurance company. So this is the way, it's the insurance company not wanting to pay for it on a regular basis. So it's not the GYN. So the way to get around it is to just ask your doctor, tell them that, hey, I want mine done on a yearly basis. What happens is when the doctor tells the patient, you don't have to get it on a yearly basis, the patient just accept that because they don't want to get it done anyway, because it's uncomfortable. But no, if you want to get yours done, then you want to stay on top of your health, and all you do is say, I want to get it done, and your doctor will probably do it for you or get it done. And even if they have to code it differently as, a discharge, a vaginal discharge. Every woman has a vaginal discharge at some point. So that is a diagnosis that all of them can have. So yeah, just ask your doctor and stay on top of them. Remember, you are the driver. You are the captain of the ship. Your doctor is there to make suggestions and recommendations, but ultimately, you're the one that's in control. You make the decision. It's your health. So I urge all of our patients, take control of your own health, take control of what you want to do, and ask. A lot of times, patients don't feel like they don't get all of their questions answered. That the doctor has an agenda and the patient has an agenda. And truthfully, that happens a lot. A lot of times patients come into me and I have an agenda of things that I want to go over, and the patient has an agenda of things that they want to go over. And a lot of times we don't have enough time to do both of those. So what I suggest to patients, make a separate appointment. You can have an appointment the next day. Can't be the same day, but next day. Tell the doctor, on Monday, that was your appointment. On Tuesday, this is my appointment. These are the things that I want to go over. And you have a list of 3 or 4 things. Don't have a whole bucket list of 20 things that you want to go over, because that doctor just doesn't have time to do that anymore. But 2, 3, 4 things, then yeah, make your appointment just for you. He has his day, you have your day.
I see. I think it was K Michelle. A few of them now, Instagram, they're getting rid of all that stuff. I'm like, I wish somebody would suck some of this fat out of me. I'll share it with the ladies that want to get ass and tits. I got enough for everybody. Now,
Doc, I'm sorry,
Yes,
D. Go
sir.
ahead.
no, I was asking a question because my mother's just getting past breast cancer. Any reason, any in your research, anything that's deodorant, anything like that causing from the breast cancer or causing breast cancer?
No, nothing like
brings on
that.
breast
But
cancer?
make sure that women get their mammograms done. We start getting them done around age 40. You're supposed to get a one around 35. We call that a baseline mammogram, somewhere around 35. And then at age 40, you need to start getting them on a yearly basis. They're very inexpensive. A lot of the companies, a lot of the organizations are doing them for free. So make sure you stay on top of women, stay on top of your mammogram. Men, stay on top of your loved ones, your female friends, your female family members. Make sure they stay on top of getting their mammograms done. Try to go to the same place if you can every time, because that way they have the records and they can compare them to your previous year's mammogram.
Wow. Yeah. Sean is checking in. We got a few comments.
Yeah,
Sean is,
bring him Shonda, then go back to bring him to Shonda, then bring him to Keisha's.
yeah, she says, real talk, my female black GYN was horrible. She never listened to anything I said.
And that's
She
usually
misdiagnosed my sister-in-law's breast cancer. Wow.
yeah. So when it's like that, a lot of times physicians, unfortunately, we're on a time crunch now. It's all about how many people you can see in a 7-8 hour day. Unfortunately, insurance companies have caused that to happen. So it's your health. So take control. And like I said, make another appointment just for you. Now you got to you're gonna have to pay for it, whatever your copay is, but that make it your visit. And the doctor can't say anything about it because you're on their schedule. You're paying your copay. You can't do it on the same day, but you can definitely do it the next day.
Bring them to Keisha's, Jenny.
She asks, can blood tests detect all diseases?
No, blood tests can't detect everything. So, in fact, blood tests can't detect cancer. Cancer is detected using a biopsy. So, just let's take prostate, for example. In fact, I just got off the phone with a gentleman who has prostate cancer. His PSA, which stands for prostate-specific antigen, his screening test for prostate cancer was elevated. So, at that point, he has to go see a urologist, and the urologist does a biopsy to determine. Then that is being sent off to a lab where they look at it under a microscope to determine if it's cancerous or not. So the blood test wasn't able to tell them it was cancerous. Only the looking at it under a microscope, the biopsy was able to tell that it was cancerous. So the blood test was a screening test to determine you have a likelihood that this may be cancerous. Let's see what it is.
So okay. Doc, question, because we got 4 men on here.
Sure.
Now after you do the blood test, right, and say the blood test come out, maybe kind of cautious. Let's go see. Do they got to put the fingers up your ass, or how does it go?
Okay, so we most physicians have stopped doing that.
Woo! Not mine. That's his thing. That's his wheelhouse.
And most physicians have stopped doing that because the efficacy of finding something using your finger is not great. You're not going to find, not unless it's a very large size, or you're going to find cancer. So it's much easier. So it's much easier to just do the blood test and determine it from that way. And because men were afraid of the finger, that was preventing men from coming into the doctor.
Yes.
And so we're trying to get away from that now to say, hey, the PSA is just a blood test. The PSA is just a test that we're going to draw your blood and we're going to look at it and determine if you have a likelihood of having prostate cancer. We start doing that at age 40. Now, age 50, we start doing the colonoscopy. That's a screening test for colon cancer. Now, that's the cancer that took out our beloved Black Panther. So be mindful of that. And he was less than 50. So they're actually trying to decrease that age. Now, there is another test called the Cologuard that is recommended for those age 45 and above. And what that is, that's a simpler test that you do at home. And this detects colon cancer. You do it at home. They send you a kit. You basically put stool in this kit and you send it back to the company, and they send you a report a few days later and tell you, yes, you have a likelihood of cancer. No, it's not a likelihood of cancer. And that is sufficient. It's 92% effective.
Yeah, that's the one I did. I did that one too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, the bad thing about it is, as opposed to the colonoscopy, if it comes back positive, now you got to go get a colonoscopy done. Versus if you were having it done already, they saw the cancerous lesion, they could have snipped it and taken it out right then and there.
Okay. Doc, I got a question for you. Can you give us any tips on how to avoid or manage your high blood pressure or diabetes?
Sure, sure. All those are what I typically call, unfortunately, black people diseases because we
Mhm.
are disproportionate getting those diseases: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. A lot has to do with our diet, unfortunately. We grew up eating the pork and the bologna and those hot dogs. All y'all remember those fried bologna sandwiches from growing up?
Mhm.
That
Facts.
is
True.
Kool-Aid.
Yes,
Facts.
yes,
And
yes.
so
Some of us are still eating it.
some are still eating it. Yeah. So we got to break away from that. And so a lot of it is diet. So we need to improve our diet. We definitely need to exercise more. We don't exercise as much as we should. And no, working and running behind 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds is not considered exercise.
Mhm.
We need to exercise more on a regular basis, and we need to eat more fruits and vegetables. That will cut down on most of our diseases that we're heavily getting, unfortunately. Um,
Is salt a contributor to high blood pressure too?
Salt does, because we do put a lot of salt in our foods. So what the thoughts are is that those slaves that made it from Africa back here to the United States, those had a lot of salt in their bodies, so therefore they didn't dehydrate along the way, and as a result, those are our ancestors. And as a result, now we are getting high blood pressure as a result of that. High blood pressure has a genetic component. High cholesterol has a genetic component, and so does diabetes. And unfortunately, you can't get away from genetics. If your family has it, then there's a good chance that you can get it. So what you do is you got to start exercising, you got to start watching what you eat, and taking control of your health. I keep telling people, we all have things that we want to accomplish, and it's hard to accomplish those if your health is not good. So stay on top of your health, and keep doing what you need to do in order to stay alive.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
That's
some
great.
things. Do you think like when you just bringing it up? I was telling people like the only people that survived the Middle Passage was black people because of the soul. We hold water. Do you think taking us out of our natural environment and bringing this into the Americas has changed us a lot
The
on the
Western
thing?
diet, sure,
Yeah.
by all means. Back in Africa, we was eating what was there, which was a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables. But we came here, and so now we're having to eat different foods. Um, and so yeah, as a result, our Western diet is much worse as opposed to the Asian counterparts who eat a lot of rice and beans. So unfortunately, that's where we are right now. I don't think we can go back and survive over in Africa like that. But right now, eating this Western diet, yes, we are at risk.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So
Somebody asked about uterine cancer. Can you bring
yeah,
that?
yeah. Bring that
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
Jamie. Bring them on, Jamie.
Yes, uterine cancer scares me because I've been told there's no symptoms. I guess she means, is that right? Yeah.
That's true. Uterine cancer,
That's
cervical
true.
cancer, and ovarian cancer. Ovarian cancer was the cancer that claimed the life of Martin Luther King's wife.
Mm.
And unfortunately, there is no symptoms other than you start feeling some pain and some fullness in your flanks.
Hmm.
Now, there is a school of thought that once women get to a certain age, past that childbearing age, then go have your ovaries taken out because now they're not good anymore. They're only a setup for cancer. Some doctors are even thinking maybe women should actually have their breasts taken off after a certain age because they're only a setup for cancer now. So the way to keep abreast of all of this, your ovarian, your uterine, and your cervical is go to your GYN, go to your primary care doctor, and get your pelvic exam done, get your pap smear done. Part of your pap smear is also checking to see if there's any cancerous cells in your uterine lining as well. So keep going to your doctor.
And I
I
just
want to ask. Oh, I'm sorry, Derek. Go ahead.
No, I just want to circle back really quick to something we back to the fibroids. I
Okay.
remember hearing a long time ago from a woman. Um, she said that there might be some sort of correlation between a woman giving birth and having babies and having fibroids. Like if she had birth, or if she gave birth, or she was pregnant or something, she was less likely to have fibroids. And she told me something like it was almost like that was the body telling you that it was time for you to have a baby or something like that. Is there anything like that? Have you ever heard of anything
Well,
like that?
what I think what is more of the reverse. If your fibroid is too large, then it's unlikely that you'll be able to get pregnant and have that carry that baby to term. Because now the baby and the fibroid are growing at pretty much almost at the same rate, and can cause there's only so much space in the woman's body, and so that fibroid can affect the nutrition of the baby and cause women to have a miscarriage. So that it may have been a reverse that person was saying. So if you have fibroid, it does make it less likely. If it's a fibroid that's causing problems, I need to say that it's a fibroid that's causing problems. It can cause you not to be able to get pregnant or carry the baby to term.
Doctor, let me ask you this. I noticed today we have a lot of emphasis placed on mental health. I don't know that our community puts the same emphasis on physical health. We've had situations where you'd have a pop star that may be overweight, and if people, in the fitness world have commented on it, they feel that it's body shaming. I believe our country leads the world in obesity. I believe our community is very high in obesity rates. What is the correct approach to trying to explain to people, especially younger people who are kind of into the fast food and don't really think about their mortality? Is there a certain way to try to get the message across without having to deal with the backlash of people feeling that you're shaming somebody? I mean, how urgent is it to get the weight down or off?
Good question. Here's the thing. All those people that are, let's say, of the large size variety, they don't want to be large. They know they're large and they don't want to be large. They just, don't want people to make them feel bad about them being large. So you need to be sensitive when you talk to them. It doesn't need to be in a crowd. It doesn't need to be, via social media so that everybody can say it. But if you are genuine in what you feel, that you are concerned about their health, concerned about their future, concerned about, their longevity of being able to take care of the things they want to do, then you should be able to have that conversation with them and be open and honest with them and offer them suggestions, whether it's, exercising, whether it's, I tell people sodas, just simply cutting out sodas out of your diet. Sodas are, I call them the devil. Sodas are so bad for you. So if you can cut sodas out of your diet, that'd be great. When you go to Chick-fil-A, don't get the soda, just get a bottle of water. Drink water. Drink as much water as you can. When you go to the grocery store, park in the back of the parking lot so it gives you a reason to walk further into the store. Some way you got to be able to get some exercise in your life. And it's very hard that I'm realizing with all of us being so busy, it's hard to exercise in the evening because life gets in the way. Family, kids, you're tired, you don't want to feel like it. So the best time to exercise is first thing in the morning. So in order for that to happen, that means you need to go to bed early. So if you can go to bed earlier, an hour earlier, then you can get up an hour earlier and exercise. And you don't have to buy a gym membership. There are things you can do in your own home. You can walk up and down your own stairs. You can jump rope. You can do something called burpees. You can, do push-ups. I have one of the things that I've told my patients, especially my male patients, most people take at least 2 showers a day. So every time you're in the bathroom and you're waiting for the water to get warm, get on the floor and start doing push-ups. Do 25, 30, 40, 50 push-ups until the water gets warm, and then you take your shower. At least you're getting some exercise. So find things that you can do in your house without having to spend money on a gym membership or equipment or anything like that. It's beautiful outside, so start walking. Just do something. But yeah, you need to get up in the morning and do some form of exercising.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rodney.
Yeah, thanks, D. D had said something about this earlier as far as women with breast cancer. But how common is breast cancer amongst men, and what are the signs when it if you were to encounter it?
Good point. Breast cancer in men happens about 10%.
Okay.
10% of the breast cancers are in men. And what men are finding is pain. Pain is usually the first symptom, or an uneven breast size. They may notice a lump on one side that's not on the other. And so those are the common symptoms. And if you feel that way, then by all means go to your doctor and they'll do the same test. If it's not a mammogram, they're going to do a CT scan or MRI or some type of ultrasound to determine if it's cancerous or not.
Okay.
Okay.
And
be on top of that also.
And if it's detected early, it most likely you'd probably be able to get something you'd be able to get through, right?
Yes. Every cancer we have known that if it's detected early, you have a much better chance of survival. And that is why we urge people to stay on top of their health. That's why we urge people to start, getting their mammograms at age 40, colonoscopy at age 50, your PSA with your prostate, get that checked at age 40. So all those things need to get checked as early as possible.
So Doc, I'm kind of upset with the soda thing because you just messed up for a whole bunch of black people, like Jack and Coke, Hennessy seasons coming up, all that stuff. You don't mess it up for everybody, man.
Right.
So how bad is alcohol in our community? Like you said, sodas. How about the alcohol? I got a few questions.
Alcohol in moderation is okay, but if you drinking, a 6-pack every night, or you drinking 2 cases on the weekend, then that's just too much. But drinking alcohol, 1 or 2 drinks is okay. And in fact, alcohol has been proven to actually lower cholesterol if taken in moderation. But the key is in moderation.
Doc,
yes.
Can you expand on that a little bit? When you say moderation and you say 2 drinks, how often? Like once a week, once a month?
And what we talking about? You talking about black people? Is it dark liquor, light liquor?
Yeah.
Because we got our thing. Everybody got their thing. They got that.
Everybody got that thing. I appreciate it. I understand. So alcohol is alcohol when it comes to what you're drinking. Now, wine, fortunately, wine will give you will help lower cholesterol. Red wine has been shown to help people lower their cholesterol. Now, as far as the dark liquor, the brown liquor, the light liquor, that has its detrimental effects on your liver. So we need to be mindful of how much we're drinking. 1 drink, 2 drinks at the most every several days is okay. But if you're drinking 3 or 4 drinks a night, then we have a problem. Yeah. Okay. And those problems can be detected through blood work. And so when you go into your doctor to get your annual physical, he'll do a blood test that would look at your liver enzymes, and that's where your alcohol will show up. Your alcohol will affect your liver enzymes.
Doc, how are we doing with weed? Weed seems to be. I know about 2 people that don't smoke weed, and I'm one of them. So what is it? What is it with weed?
What are you trying to say here, Kelvin?
I was going to wait till the doctor left.
Who are you exposing?
Yeah, that was a joke. That was just a joke. That's for TV's sake. But no, I noticed that is one of the big things, and I'm hearing a lot of information about weed. Some people, I hear this all the time. It's from the earth, so it must be good. I always think poison ivy's from the earth as well. I mean, as a result,
when I hear that, I say cocaine is from a plant. So
right.
That's not
right. Exactly. So I just noticed there's so many people that feel that it's a wonder drug, and maybe in some cases it is. I'm sure there's different grades of it. What's your position on weed and what people need to be aware of when we come to the subject?
Good question. I don't think we know fully what marijuana can do. I think we're still testing. I think we're still trying to figure out exactly the medicinal properties of marijuana and what it's able to do. It's been shown that it's helping people with pain, helping people to sleep, helping people with anxiety, and I think that is going to be one of the biggest changes in this generation. This younger generation that are in their 20s now and the young 30s, they smoke marijuana like they're taking Tylenol. They smoke it every day, 2 or 3 times a day.
How is it with pulmonary function? That's why I always wonder, is it good to put smoke in your lungs in any capacity? That's what I always wondered about.
Sure. And one of the things, as opposed to those who are a little bit more seasoned in their 50s and 60s, marijuana was more of just a recreational thing that when you got together with your friends, you did, and that was it. But now it's more commonplace. It's more acceptable. I saw an ad on the TV the other day about them, and they were advertising to seniors to take CBD oil for pain, to take CBD vaping for pain. So I don't think we know enough about marijuana or CBD oil or THC to make a determination. I think that's going to be down the pipe. I think a lot of people there's research going on right now. But I don't think that it is a bad thing. Just so long as, like I said, we do it in moderation. Just so long as it's not affecting your workday. It's not affecting your family life. I don't want you out smoking marijuana and the kids are in there not being able to be bathed and they're hungry and everything else. You outside smoking. We don't want that either. So I think right now we need to take a hard look at marijuana and its medicinal properties. And we'll see over the next few years. It's going to be very interesting because more and more states are legalizing marijuana, and everybody's looking at the money that's involved in it, and it's a huge amount of money. And so we'll see what's going to happen over the next few years.
Doc, I got a question. It's like
Sure.
you say it's about to get warmer and stuff like that. Like black folks will be like, I don't get worried about getting no skin cancer and all that stuff like that. How big is it in our community, and what can people do to protect themselves against that? And I got a few more questions.
Sure. Yeah, black people still get skin cancer. So don't think just because you're black you're gonna get skin cancer. Mm-hmm. So you need to use some type of sunscreen, even if you're not at the beach. So on your regular day, your daily routine, your daily moisturizer, you need to add something, at least an SPF 15 sunscreen into your daily moisturizer, your daily skincare, to help prevent you from getting skin cancer. And you need to put it in places that are sun exposed. The top of your ears, back of your neck, your nose, your forehead. Those of us who are bald need to put it on your scalp. So those are the places that the skin, that the sun rays will help. The sun rays will cause you to get skin cancer. So you need to make sure you put something on those areas.
Okay. Another question, like arthritis, like as we get older, all of us men or gentlemen, getting in our 50s or older. So like, how do we can prevent arthritis, and what anything that, if there's any kind of cures, what are your thoughts?
So osteoarthritis is basically inflammation of your joints. It's kind of the wear and tear. It's like your brakes on your car. When your brakes, when they wear down, they're going to wear down just like your joints will. So those of us who play sports, those of us who've been who've been in car accidents, heavy manufacturing jobs, labor jobs where you're using your joints, using your muscle, they're going to wear down over time. And that's the osteoarthritis that they talk about, that old people talk about. Now, what you can do: exercise, lose weight, take anti-inflammatory medicines. And I'm not talking about, Tylenol. I'm talking about ibuprofen, naproxen. Those things will help decrease the inflammation that's going on in your joints and your body. Your body tells you when it's sore. Don't try to push through it. It'll tell you that even if you're someone who exercises on a regular basis, if your body's tired, then take the day off. Your body's tired. It's telling you something. So listen to your body. But the main thing is lose the weight off your joints, because as you walk around with all the weight, that puts joint on your hips and your knees. So losing weight is one of the biggest things that you can do. And staying active. Definitely staying active.
I'm asking
now, does water work as a lubricant? I heard that water helps with the as far as the cartilage or whatever like that. Is that important with as far as
drinking water? Well, drinking water is always good, but if you're talking about being in a pool and
I mean drinking in particular.
Yeah. Drinking water is definitely good. Drinking, we need to drink more water. We replaced water with, now we're drinking sodas and Armor, whatever, all the different drinks, the fruit drinks, that we're drinking. So we need to drink more water, definitely. Stay away from the sodas.
This question's for a friend. What's your thoughts on edibles? Just asking for a friend.
I got you. I feel you. So
a close friend.
Edibles are you're taking in marijuana in whatever you're eating. Now, your stomach acids will kill most of what you're eating. And that's just the way your body is. And so I've looked at some studies, and out of when you're taking in something into your stomach, you're only getting about 2 to 5% of the marijuana when you eat it, versus when you're smoking it or putting it in. I have a gentleman now who's working on, do you know the Listerine strips that they make now?
Yeah.
Working on putting the marijuana in those type of strips.
Oh, what's his number?
Yeah. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna put it on the inside of your cheek, and that's gonna basically absorb into your bloodstream.
Oh, they're looking for people to work in this. They're looking for anybody study this. Any volunteers?
Scroll just because.
Go ahead, Doc.
So what they're looking at is increasing the bioavailability of the THC into your bloodstream. But if you're eating it, then you're losing most of it just because your stomach acids are killing it.
Okay.
Now I want to ask a question. I'm sorry, D. Let me just ask this. I came across a woman on YouTube one time. I thought it was fascinating. She said one of the things that kills the male libido that people don't realize is mouthwash.
Mm.
So I just want to know, and she said that because some of the bacteria or enzymes or something, and she said people don't know that
Right.
that is one of the quickest ways. She said mouthwash is bad for your libido.
I disagree. I think it's the if you got a loud mouth woman, that kills the libido.
Yes, dental health is very important. Dental health has been linked to a multitude of problems, including erectile dysfunction, heart disease, cancer. So we all need to take care of our dental procedures. You need to make sure that you're flossing and that you're brushing on a regular basis. The mouthwash that they talk about is because it may be masking the problems that you're having, a problem that they're having in their mouth. So we need to make sure we go to our dentist. That's our other, as they call it, primary care doctor. We need to make sure we go to our dentist and also go see your ophthalmologist or optometrist to make sure your vision is okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got
So
go ahead, Rodney. Let me go to the comments. Go ahead.
all right, thanks. So what would you recommend as things to keep your libido up as a man?
Gotcha. The best thing,
Side woman.
y'all hate to say it, exercise.
Side woman. Side woman. No. Oh, okay.
Exercising.
Yeah.
So, and if men don't want it, a lot of men don't want to hear, but exercise would do it. So there's a study out there that says if you lose 20 pounds, gain an inch on your penis.
Yes, I heard that.
Yes. So lose 20 pounds, gain.
Hey, give me those weights. Give me those weights.
So yeah, so increase your exercise, increase your testosterone also.
Yeah.
And makes you feel good about yourself. And as a result, yes, you will increase your sexual desire and your libido.
Okay.
Jamie, bring up some of the questions, brother. You got a lot of them, so let's get to them.
Yes, Miss Ellie. Do you think bringing a vegetarian or a vegan is healthy for people? Being a vegetarian or vegan is healthy for people?
Yes, I think eating more fruits and vegetables is always good. So if you're eating more vegetables, you need to make sure that you find a way to get protein in your body as well. Whether that's nuts, whether that's a multivitamin, whatever you need to do, you still need to get protein in your body. So being a vegan, being a vegetarian does have its advantages. Some people say they feel better, have more energy. So it's one of those things where I think that's what works for you. I don't know if that's a lifetime lifestyle choice. I think eating is one of the pleasures of life. And you only have a certain amount of years on this earth. So you do need to enjoy the pleasures of life. And eating is one of those pleasures. You just can't go overboard. You just can't, you have to do everything in moderation.
Jamie, got another question you gonna bring up?
Yeah. Does reduction in sugar intake help decrease inflammation in the body?
Yes, that is one thing that they're looking at is the amount of sugar that we eat way too much sugar. In fact, I consider myself to be addicted to sugar. I feel like I need to have a cookie or a piece of cake every night or a piece of candy or something. But yes, sugar does cause inflammation. It gives you what we call empty calories. Your brain is telling you, hey, I'm hungry, I want something, and you give it sugar. It only temporarily alleviates that problem that your brain is telling you. So sugar does give you some empty calories, and sugar does cause some inflammation throughout your body. So yes, decreasing it will always help. That decreases the calories and makes you feel better, and also decreases weight.
Really quickly, is sea salt a big difference maker versus regular processed salt?
That is one there they're looking at also. Sea salt has less impurities, I guess, in it. And one of the things they're looking at is, does that cause people to have an increase in high blood pressure or increase in things that are developing from salt? So I would say sea salt may be better than iodized salt, but still you need to be careful about how much sea salt you're putting in your body and sea salt you're putting in your food.
Gotcha.
Quick, I got another question for you. Depression screening. How important is that? Like to get
Sure.
mental health?
Well, I think during this time period, we're seeing a lot more depression, especially because of COVID. people at home by themselves, not able to go to work, not seeing family and friends. So when you go to your doctor, please ask them to do the depression screening. It's a simple 9-10 question test, written questionnaire that you do. You complete that test and you turn that in to your doctor, and he's able to score it, and he's able to tell you if you are no depression, mild depression, or severe depression. So it's very important that should be done on a yearly basis.
Okay. Also, doctor, right now we are a pretty sleep deprived nation. I know this is something that I struggle with right now. What are the effects of that on our health, and how can we get what can we do to get more sleep?
Sure. First, we talk about sleep hygiene. So one of the things I recommend, especially to parents who have kids that are teenagers, young teens who are in school, take their phones out of their rooms. I tell my parents, my parents, none of my kids, they're not on call at the emergency room. They're not brain surgeons. They don't need to have their phone in the middle of the night. So take their phone, put it in your room, let it charge in your room, and let them get it the next morning. Don't let them tell you that they need it for the music or for the alarm clock. Get them an alarm clock. So one of the things that we all need to do is take our phones out of our rooms, because the first thing we do when we wake up is we reach for our phone to see what's going on. What email has come, who's texted you, whatever's going on, what social media you're looking at. And what that does is that takes us away from our sleep. That decreases our sleep. All the bells and whistles and notifications that are going off, those things, they break up our sleep. So we need to make sure we get that out of it. We need a dark room. So those who work at night and having to sleep in the daytime, you need to make sure your room is dark as possible and as less noise as possible. Some people go to sleep with the TVs on. We need to get rid of that, because that TV and that lights blinking on and off, that's gonna interrupt your sleep as well. So we need to do that. You need to get on a regular schedule. So if you go to bed at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, you need to do that on a regular basis and get up at a regular basis. Even on the weekends, you get up at the same time. If you notice that you on a regular schedule, your body will get used to it and start waking you up on your own. You feel a lot better. So I think those are the things we got to start with. Also, stay away from caffeine. Drinking caffeine late at night, your sodas, drinking those late at night, that will affect your body. People having to get up in the middle of the night to have to urinate all the time, that affects it. So watch what you're drinking before you go to bed, because that would definitely affect your sleep.
How about melatonin and stuff like that? Natural stuff.
Melatonin is a natural product that is sold heavily, that does aid in people going to sleep. Now, there are products out there. All the products out there, they help you fall asleep, but none of them help you stay asleep. So make sure you find ways that that has your bedroom situation set up so that you can stay asleep. You need a cool, dark room with minimal distraction. That's what you're looking for.
You need a good weed man. But anyhow, I got the best sleep back in the day, long time ago.
I agree with you with the cool thing. I don't know how people sleep when it's hot. I don't either.
It gotta be cool. Gotta be cool.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it.
Now, I'm not saying cold, because I have some friends who their wives have the hot flashes, and so they're sleeping with a stocking cap on at night because it's so cold. Because she has the air conditioner on and the fan going, all that in the wintertime. So I don't know about that, but it needs to be cool, not cold.
Right.
Yeah. Sound like she's trying to collect on insurance policy. That's what that sounds like to me.
Why are there 4 men on the panels and no females?
It's a man show.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
We got to go. Jamie, can you bring up a couple more viewer questions, please, bro?
Okay.
Jamie, is he there? Oh, there we go.
Oh, here's a good one. Is room temperature water better than cold water?
That's a good question. I get a lot of that question now. And the answer is probably yes. That no one's done an official study to say, one is better than the other. But I think drinking it at room temperature is much better than your body. It doesn't shock your body as it's going down. So yeah, I would say drinking room temperature is better than cold water.
I hear a lot about cold tubs or cool tubs for recovery. And now they have these places, I think, in certain places where you can go in to almost like a freezer type environment. Is I forgot what it's called, but something about
Biotherapy.
yes. Why is it so important to cool the body down below a certain temperature?
What they're trying to do is when your body is cooled down, it all of the body functions also cease or slow down, not cease, but they slow down. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to slow your body down so that it gives it time to recover from muscle injuries. And so that's why they used to have the cold tub in the training room when you were playing football or sports, or putting ice on your knees. And that's basically to decrease the inflammation that's going on in that particular joint.
Doc, I got one last question from me. Right, I was looking at your resume. First of all, it's extremely impressive.
Very wow,
impressive.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And the thing is, I want to ask you this: I see you're certified as a ringside physician for boxing and MMA.
Yes.
So that means you get to go to the fights for free, right?
Yes.
The thing is, do you? I always wanted to know this. I always know there was a ringside physician at every fight. Your job is also to check the fighters before the fight, or you're just there in case the fighters get hurt during the fight?
Good question. So what I do is we have there at the weigh-in, which is before the fight, usually a day or two before the fight. Those fighters also get a physical done.
Okay.
So I'm there to do their physical at that point as well. So I'm checking their heart, lungs, to make sure they don't have any broken ribs or broken fingers, anything like that before they get in the ring.
Gotcha.
While I'm there at the ringside, I'm there to make sure that they're safe. I'm there to stop the fight if I feel like if the fighter or the boxer is compromised in any way, the blood is running down their face, they can't see, that I may have to stop the fight. Mm-hmm. And then I'm also there if there's something where there's a knockout or some kind of major injury to facilitate getting that person to the hospital via the ambulance. Because at every fight, not only is there a doctor, but there's also a paramedics crew as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's amazing. I think that's an awesome job, Doc.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm here in the state of Georgia. I'm certified to be boxing and ringside boxing and mixed martial arts here in the state of Georgia.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for probably 20 so years.
Beautiful.
Great.
Doc, anything else you want to let us know before we wrap up with you, man?
Sure. Just, I think we are getting more conscious about our health. We need to stay on top of our health. We need to make sure that we are in control of our own health. If we are able to exercise and eat better, we'll realize that a lot of our problems will go away or decrease our chance of getting. As we're getting older, we are having more family, more friends who are passing away at our age. And so, health becomes more and more important. So men, stay on top of your health. Women, thank you for helping us men stay on top of our health. Women, make sure you'll get on yours, because women are the drivers of the healthcare process. They usually make the appointment. They usually tell the man when he's going and what time he needs to be there. And then I make sure the wives come, and so they tell on the patient, tell on their husband what he's doing and what he's not doing. So stay on top of your health. And I think that is the key to this, is going to your doctor on a regular basis. We have jobs, we have health insurance, then might as well use it. So that's what I have to say. And if there's any questions, you guys know how to get in touch with me. I have no problems in answering questions via text message or email.
Yeah.
Can I ask one last thing, D, before you wrap? Just one last thing.
I just saw 2 more questions people ask. So go ahead.
Okay, I want to ask one last question. Are you familiar with Dr. Sebi? I believe, is it Sebi or Sebi, guys?
Sebi.
So I started reading some of his stuff, and I know he had some maybe unconventional ways of dealing with nutrition and things. And one of the things that he's completely against is any type of food that comes out of the ocean. However, I happen to have a different viewpoint as far as lobster and shrimp is concerned. And I just want to know.
You talking about lobster is in that slave food that we used to get?
Oh,
lobster used to be slave food.
Lobster?
Yeah.
They threw it away. They didn't want it.
I used to heard it was fertilizer for the Indians also.
Yeah, they didn't want it.
And they used to give it to prisoners.
Sea roach, man.
Right. It's a scavenger. So with his
scavenger food.
His point was, he said you should not have fish rotting in your intestines. And it hurts when he said it. But what I'm saying is, what is our perspective? I heard the ocean is so toxic or so bad. What is the perspective right now on seafood? especially shellfish in particular?
Well, seafood. I mean, seafood itself is better than some of the other foods. So that's fish, which is a very lean meat to eat. So seafood is good for you. Shellfish like lobster, shrimp, those foods they do eat or scavenge the bottom for waste, and they are eating everything. So I've known people to get allergies from them. Not necessarily because of the actual shrimp or the lobster, but because that shrimp or lobster was in a water at that time that they ate something that caused them to be contaminated. So I think you need to be careful about where you're eating it, eating good food. But I wouldn't say take away shrimp or lobster out of your diet. Those are very lean meats. And I would say, eating things in moderation is always good.
Okay.
Okay. See, I see food, I eat it. So, so Jamie, can you bring up a couple more questions? I think Monique and Noretta had some questions.
She said, I drank 100 bags of black tea within 2 weeks. Is that bad?
I think that's a little bit more than moderation.
Yeah.
Why are you drinking so many bags of black tea? So that would be my question.
She pro-black.
She's pro-black. I was just about to say that. That's overboard on pro-black.
Here's another one. Any natural remedies for winter depression?
Yeah. Winter depression is also called seasonal affective disorder or seasonal depression. There are some lights that you can get put in your own house so that you can get some that vitamin D. So I would definitely look at that. Exercising, going outside, even if you're just walking, get yourself that vitamin that you need for your body. So I think those will help.
Yeah.
So Doc, we about to wrap up with you, man. So where can people find you at, man?
Sure. I'm not big into social media as of yet, but I should get into it. But I have an email address. I'll put my email address in this chat here.
This was very good, and
all right, Jamie, put that on the screen.
Answered a lot.
Yeah. So this is great, man. Rodney, you got anything?
I put in there. So that's Mr. CCJR1234 at Gmail, and that's because I'm Curtis Cheeks Jr. So I make it easy.
All right,
Doc, we really appreciate you coming on the show, and we're going to send something in the mail for you. We're going to send you a shirt and a mug from Let's Chop It Up.
Appreciate it.
All right, Doc. You can't leave without that top 5 rappers, though. That's how it is out here.
Oh wow!
Yeah, quick top 5.
Wow, top 5.
From number 5.
Big and Pac will be there. Jay-Z. Who else do I go after that? I don't know. I'm gonna go after that then. I can't come with the other ones. Then I'm gonna have to stay with those 3 for right now.
That's top 3.
Okay, we'll live with that.
We'll take with the
top 3.
Brother,
right.
We appreciate you, man. We love you, brother, man. Thanks for coming
you,
on,
Doc.
man.
Thank you, man. I'll come anytime. Y'all just let me know.
Stay
Doc,
well, stay healthy, Doc. Peace.
All right, man. Y'all have a great night.
All right. Right in the middle. In the middle. Right in the middle. Jamie, man, let's take us to a commercial break because we got old man bladders and we got to take a piss break. Damn.
Hi, I'm Dawn Kelly, and I'm the founder and CEO of The Nourish Spot, a healthy food and beverage haven in Southeast Jamaica, Queens, chosen in 2019 as Micro Business of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration. My adult children, Jade and Owen Duncan, and I established The Nourish Spot to provide affordable access to healthy produce, to help our neighbors combat chronic diseases, to provide jobs for a diverse community youth. And it's no secret that small businesses play a critical role in the local economy. It's also proven that community is vital to the growth of small businesses. So come, let us nourish you at The Nourish Spot. We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and Saturdays, 10 to 6 p.m.
Well, welcome back for Let's Chop It Up. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll get back to you. Did we lose my man, Derek? How are we losing the light skin compilation tonight? Light skin dudes keep popping in and out on us tonight, man.
Yeah. It's a little. I think it's a conspiracy going on here.
That's right, Rodney. You recognize, brother. Oh,
yeah, he's back. Yeah. Look, as soon as he came back, you was quiet. You got quiet as soon as he came back. See, Derek, they was going to try to jump me, man. They were going to try to jump me.
See how dark skin people do, right?
Yeah, that's how they do. That's how they do. But I
man.
tell you one thing, man. That was one of our better interviews, man.
That was great.
I love what he was saying. And you know, now it's very clear. If a doctor pulls out a finger, you know what time it is.
Facts.
I wish we could have had this interview a couple of years ago.
Hey, it means you trying to show you a good time. There you go.
Yeah.
Word up.
I told the dude, I'm like, why we always got to do this?
Yeah.
And he told about something. Oh, I'm not a doctor. I'm like, yes.
I came here for my knee. What did got to do with going back there?
All right, thanks.
I got nothing to do with it.
And
the magic number is 20 pounds, guys. 20 pounds.
Yeah, man.
But no, excellent questions from the audience. Excellent questions, and from you guys. Excellent questions.
That's good that the sisters really be on our health, man. Like brothers need to go to the doctor with their women. I'm sorry. I truly believe in that. They ask questions we scared to ask, and they take better notes.
Yeah, they do.
Well, the thing is, our egos are bigger. That's why we go in there. We try to be machismo. We don't want to know that. We don't want to admit that we're sick. We don't feel well, and that's what happens to us. That's why things get worse for us. You know?
I go for everything, and I let everybody know. Some shit happened to me. I think even when I got those stints, I might have sent you the copy of the card that sent to you, Ron.
You did, yeah. You said,
I don't play that. I don't play that shit. I want everybody to know.
Yeah, I go to the doctor often too.
Facts. Word. I go see Dr. Dre. I go see Doc Ice. I ask them all. Dr. J. Anyway, Jay, what we got first? We got Brittany Griner, right? That's her name?
Brittany
Griner.
Oh
God. Yeah, Griner. Brittany Griner. Yeah. She got caught bringing some of that marijuana from trying to go through Russia. I don't know what the fuck you doing in Russia, but
she's playing ball over there.
Yeah. Oh, I thought she was trying to become a black Russian. I didn't know.
Nah, she got caught with 2 liquid cartridges of marijuana for the vaping, and this ain't the time to be getting locked up in Russia right now. This is the time. And the thing is, she stands out. She's like 6'12". You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah. Only D caught that. Only D caught it.
She's physically imposing. They don't take kindly to the LGBT community over there.
Correct.
The other thing is, I tell people I'm very, very conscious of not going places that are in conflict with this country. The reality of it is this: people like to go to Dubai, the Middle East. You need to know the laws and the rules and the culture of places before you visit, because things that may be a slap in the wrist here may not be there. The other thing is, obviously, as Rodney stated, just with the conflict that's going on, America is sanctioning Russia heavily. Nobody from the State Department can put in a favor to Russia right now. It's just not happening. There's no relation there. You know what I mean? And so I understand, is facing 10 years. And you don't want to be in a situation where they make an example out of them. And they would love nothing more than to have an American athlete / entertainer to be in that country, star athlete, and there's nothing America can do about it. And believe me, once they started saying they try to cripple the economy there, they canceled flights from Russia to America. She is in a world of trouble, and the timing could not be worse. And even if you don't believe in prayer, if you love her, you might as well try it, because I'm telling you, that's what it's going to take, some type of divine intervention, because this looks like it's going to be bad.
Speaking of timing, as a matter of fact, she's been there for over 3 weeks, and we're just now hearing about it.
Correct.
So now that lets you know right there that this whole thing is political, because so she's really caught up in this situation. So it's not a good thing for her right now. It's really not looking too good for her,
Yeah. You remember the kid, Alonzo Ball's brother, when they went over there and stole some shades? I think they were in China, I think.
Korea or something. I don't know where it was. Yeah, China.
It was China. I think it was China.
Yeah.
And, I think they said the American government, either Trump or somebody, kind of intervened, or at least claimed that they intervened. You're in these communist countries. they like nothing more than to be able to flex on America, because people feel Americans are spoiled around the globe. And they just feel like Americans think that you can just carry this badge of democracy wherever you go. We saw the kids get flogged over in China. We saw a guy in North Korea stealing a poster, getting sentenced to, I think, 20 years of jail or something like that. And they ultimately killed him in there. So this is a serious subject. And she plays ball like unfortunately, a lot of WNBA athletes cannot make the money in the WNBA that they would like to make. So they play around the world during the off season. I would suggest Spain. I would suggest Italy. I would suggest some country that is either neutral or friendly with America, because she was playing in Russia. She regularly played in Russia, but it doesn't matter.
They pay more, Calvin. They get paid more there than they do here.
Yeah. Of course. But guess what? If it goes wrong, you're going to pay more. Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. And so hopefully things will be resolved, but it's a very serious subject.
To me, she got 2 strikes against her. She's not a white woman. If it would have one white woman with blonde hair, blue eyes, they would have shot rockets over there already to get her back. And the second strike is she ain't LeBron James. If she was LeBron James, it would have been different. Everybody would have been like, yo, we got to get this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
She's WNBA. Not to disrespect the WNBA, but...
Right. But people will find the strength to go on.
Yeah, the thing is, on the WNBA level, she is a star. She's a star athlete level.
And she's an Olympic,
7 times. She had a championship. She got a ring. And she's
Olympic gold.
7-time Olympic gold. And she's a 7-time All-Star. So she's a star.
But is it fair to say, Rodney, that a male in the NCAA is a bigger star than a professional athlete in the WNBA?
I think absolutely. Absolutely. Male is definitely a bigger star. They're putting more people in seats in arenas in male basketball compared to female basketball.
So she doesn't have the fan backing that one of these huge NBA players would have.
And the WNBA itself doesn't have the backing and the power and
Right.
Yeah, I feel bad for the sister, man. I mean, I know she was doing a bad divorce, a child support thing too before that. So they good money over there. But another topic, man. Mayor, my favorite mayor to look at, Lori Lightfoot. God damn it, that motherfucker said she got a big dick.
Who's your second favorite mayor to look at? Because I have to say it's looking kind of gray.
No, but he's dead. He smoked crack. That was my second favorite mayor.
Okay, does she have this biggest dick in the nightstand and in her bedroom, or like she's saying she has one?
I'm not saying that because I'm not going to stroll. So
I'm demanding a scroll. I'm calling for a scroll on both of y'all. I'm calling for you.
I'm just asking a question. I'm asking, how does she deliver the statement? Is she saying she has one, or she's just saying she owns the biggest one?
She says she has the biggest dick
in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
No, I didn't say nothing.
No, I had a student at one time pulled out her she had a dick on her coming through the metal detector. True story. I don't know if we have time for this. It's a true story. But one day I swear to God, I'll tell you.
Bring the doctor back on.
Monique said she'll give you guys the scroll.
No, Monique, I shouldn't get it. Look that way, and that way.
Listen, I'm just saying, but Lori Lightfoot, she said.
I just want to know what she meant. That's all I'm asking.
I guess she's saying that she's the big dog or whatever. She said it in a Zoom, so people heard it. So I guess
just to be clear, Chicago is worse crime than we have, right?
Yeah, of course. Chicago's the worst probably city in the country when it comes to crime.
Probably in the nation.
And I'm gonna say this. This is gonna sound foul, okay? Regardless of what your orientation is, you could do better than that. No, I'm just be honest with you. You in front of cameras all that. You literally you could do something about that flat top. No, you have to. It's just not fair to us. I'm sorry.
Her suits are horrible.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Really, I'm sorry. I don't know. At the next meeting, y'all need to discuss that because that's poor representation. I'm sorry. I'm just be honest with you.
She probably means she has big duck energy.
You mean big dick energy. Don't say that. Come on, say the curse words with me.
She's trying to. I don't know.
She's trying to clean it up. Trying to keep
she's trying to clean it up. Yeah, she's trying to clean it up. But there you go. But the thing is, let's all agree that it was inappropriate for the Chicago mayor to make statements like that.
I think that's the best way to say it.
That's the best way we're going to leave it like that,
It's
right?
Chicago, it's Chicago.
I'll go one step further and say if she was a man, it would have been
it would have been fucked up.
Yeah. It would have been received completely in a much harsher light. Let's just put it that way.
Wait a minute. That's a woman?
Scroll.
I'll take it. You're right. I think it should be a scroll too. I think that's fair.
I
think that's fair. I have to admit, as soon as I said it, I realized that it was good. You know how you take the light and then you see them flashing lights behind you. It's fair. Officer, give me a ticket. Because I got to learn.
D, that feels good, right?
That feels good.
D, don't you fuck up and get one too.
No.
But yo, you know what it is? When you're on the same side of the screen as him, you get a scroll. It's a thing.
Scroll.
I'm trying. I said I'm going 4 weeks while getting it. 4 weeks.
Don't push the D. You're pushing it. let's be realistic. D, you're pushing it. Let's be realistic, brother.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm telling you. Look, all these topics, I can't see no way and get it. Nas is being taken to federal court after posting on Instagram a photo of him, Tupac, Redman for Afrotech. Or Afrotech is a rapper. I don't know what Afrotech is. But what's your thoughts, Rodney?
Well, I mean, I'm not really familiar with the story. I'm not understanding what's the problem with taking the picture.
I think it's something with the NFTs. I think it's some NFT type.
Well, he felt that the artist felt like the photographer felt like he devalued it. Now that was, you don't see pictures with Tupac and Nas in it, and I think it's Redman as well. And so I think he wanted to take this picture and one day either make an NFT or something like that, where you could just show that historic picture. But once Nas posted it, then it kind of lost its it's everywhere now. So
so then he cost the photographer money, in other words.
That's what he's saying. I think Nas' point is probably, I'm in the photograph, therefore I should have a right. If you're going to use my image, I should be able to use it too.
Yeah, I see what the problem is. He cost the photographer money because with an NFT, he could have sold it and said, this is the only one. Or he could have made 5 or 6 of them and said, this is the only 5. You know? So now he can't do that. So I don't know. I mean...
Well, I'll tell you one thing, he got a disc record coming his way. I can tell you that.
Eat the part 2, right?
It's like when you come up to those kind of guys, they make like a comedian can make a joke about you and it's gonna last forever, and a rapper can say your line and you're done for like decades.
And the danger of it is this: Nas can kind of get you blacklisted with other musicians and entertainers. So
yeah, that might not. You got a point there. That might not be a good idea for homie, man. Considering he can get blackballed when he says but when I was in the picture, why can't he upload it? And I guess maybe that's one of those deals where we'll find out. There'll be a case that maybe they'll come make a law from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a judge is gonna have to decide this. I mean,
if the photographer, like somebody just said about copyrights, if that photographer, Sean has said something about copyrights, right? The photographer is claiming copyright. Yeah. If the photographer has copyrights to that photo, then I'm telling you right now, and his copyrights are on point, Nas is gonna lose that case.
But can he copyright a picture of me? Or
we're gonna find out. If he got legitimate copyrights on it, then he can. You know what I'm saying?
But how would you get copyright without my consent if I'm in it?
You're using my you're using my likeness without my consent.
The thing is too, I know this with photography because my cousin's a photographer, right? You sign a contract with him, right? And like if he shoots pictures of you as a model, you sign that contract that, okay, these are my pictures, even though you pose for them. You know what I mean? If you sign that, then it's legal and binding. But if you didn't sign it and Nas did a photo shoot and they didn't sign a contract and he said to Nas, yo, you're a star, I'm just going to shoot some pictures of you, and there was no contract, then I guess Nas can post it. But if it's on paper and it's legitimate, then I'm going to say the photographer is probably going to win.
Interesting to see.
Well, I know Nas got some really, really deep pockets these days, so this guy must really have a good legal team behind him.
Or what they'll do is they'll probably wind up settling, and then Nas will get a piece of the NFT or take it down or whatever. I don't know. I mean,
well, I'll tell you one thing. I would say this, and I don't know, but all these paparazzi and stuff like that, if this goes the wrong way, there's going to be some changes with the way you can just photograph celebrities, so people better watch out.
Yeah. But you remember, paparazzi's do that all the time. They take pictures and they sell them to the
Right. So
newspaper, and they have the rights.
So now the Star gonna be like, all right, don't take my image at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, if you're out in public and somebody takes your picture, it's not really much you can do about it.
Well, that's what I thought. These guys were out in public. That's what I thought. I didn't think this was a photo shoot. I thought this was just a picture of them hanging out.
If he's got paperwork on those photos and they accepted that photo with copyrights, then I'm going to say that he's got a point.
I can see that. See that.
But man, since it's getting kind of chilly, some nights like this, man, we all start watching movies, man. So once in a while we break out and watch one of these hood movies, man. What is your top 5? Let's see what we got. A top 5, maybe we go more for the sake of time. Worst hood movies of all time. I'm gonna start off, my man Rodney. Let's go. See what you got, man. Give me one.
We're gonna start from the least worst to the number one is going to be the worst.
Yeah, we all may have the same list. I'm breaking out my list right now.
All right, I'm gonna start off with CB4.
CB4's up there. CB4.
Yeah, CB4 with Chris Rock when he started out. Yeah, that was trash.
Derek, I want to see what Derek got. Derek, what you got for me?
Number 5. Well, I'm gonna go with a classic. We're gonna start this off with a classic, Blackula. All right. So
you took it back.
You took it back.
I was scared of Blackula when I was a kid, but that's just funny. I like
Yeah.
Even the makeup in that shit was bad.
Yeah, created it, from an entire genre, entire way of life back there, man. I'm telling you, man. So so I'm gonna go with Blackula at number 5.
All right, that's a good one. I ain't have that on my list. That's a good one. They made Blackula 2 too. Believe that?
That's right.
Why?
Classic.
Why?
Blackula 2.
What
you haven't finished the story of Blackula.
Brothers 8. CB4 is a cult classic.
Nah, son. Nah, I can't fuck with that CB4, man. Yeah. Kelvin, what you got for me?
Do you remember The Wash?
Yeah.
The Wash. That was trash.
That's with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, right?
That was trash. Yeah. I didn't have that on my list. That's a good one. See, that's what I'm saying.
That's a good one too.
We got some shit here. But let me see. I'm gonna start off. I was gonna go with fucking Vampire in Brooklyn. That was since you said Blackula. But I'm gonna go with Pootie Tang.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty bad.
That's good.
Side of town and City Tang. Anybody from the audience can jump in anytime.
I had Pootie Tang on mine, but a little higher up on my list, though. Yeah.
Straight out of Brooklyn.
Oh, that's a good one.
Straight out of Brooklyn. That's another good one.
That was some trash shit right there, too, boy.
Yeah.
Rodney, you'll go again, Rodney.
My go again? Mm-hmm. I'm going to make a group effort on this one.
Oh, shit.
All the Master P movies.
Every single one.
All of my Master P movies.
He took the catalog.
You took half my list away.
I'm sorry,
man. God damn.
Right. Every single one of them. It's just shit.
I got the hookup. I got all that shit.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? Derek's turn?
I got Ghost Dog. All right.
That was Sam used to look like Jamie used to look like Ghost Dog.
How the hell you gonna be a black hitman samurai? I don't know what he's trying to do, man. Yeah, Ghost Dog
is
man.
good. Ghost Dog is good on there. Ghost Dog is good on there. That's a good one. Who's next? Kelvin?
I don't know if this was a movie or a documentary or just a news report. New Jersey Drive.
I remember that. Stealing the cars. Yeah,
that was some bullshit.
That was some bullshit too. Yeah,
that was some bullshit. I got one for y'all. Baps.
Oh yeah,
Baps.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Oh man.
That was trash. I know which one you're talking about now.
Yeah. Rodney, your turn, man.
Tales of the Hood.
Trash.
Straight trash.
Yeah.
Straight trash.
Yeah.
All of them shits. As a matter of fact, it was more than one, right?
Yeah.
That
was trash.
Yeah,
Derek, come on. What we up to 4?
Oh man, yeah, we had 3. I think.
Three.
So
we
for
got
three,
three.
so for 3, I'm gonna touch on Rodney. I'm gonna say I got the hookup. She
got no black movies.
Baps was the best movie. Oh Lord,
yo, she never saw Boys in the Hood. You out?
She never saw Boys in the Hood.
I don't think she saw no black movies.
Wow.
You know what? You got a good woman.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's hilarious. Who's next? Who's it?
I think think it's Kelvin.
Right,
Kelvin,
right.
Kelvin,
Oh, I'm
Kelvin,
next.
Kelvin.
I'm going with South Central.
That was some
Y'all remember
trash.
South Central?
Yes, yeah. Day. That was a day.
Yeah.
What is that?
I forgot.
OG.
Yeah,
Old
yeah.
dog, old dog.
dog.
Oh no, OG Bobby Johnson.
There you go. OBG Bobby
OG
Johnson.
Johnson,
There you
that's
go.
right.
Raise
There
my
you go.
son.
Yep. I got,
Sally said that's not true, D.
okay, all right. I got one for y'all, man. Leprechaun in the Hood.
Ooh, good one, D.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Ooh, that was good, D. That was good.
I was gonna say that for no.
But I didn't know it, but I'll take your word for it. The title says it all.
What the fuck is a leprechaun doing in the hood?
Was it Ice-T in that shit?
I don't know, man. I stopped watching after I saw the picture of leprechaun. That was it. It was over.
Who's up? Ronnie, you back up?
Yeah, I'm up. Okay, you ready for this? A group effort.
Oh, God.
State Property 1.
That's
State Property 2. And if they ever make State Property 3, that shit is all trash.
That was a good one.
They got one in advance.
Yeah. If they ever make 3, I don't know. I looked up State Property. They had a budget for $2 million and they only made 1.6 off the second movie. So the movie was a loss.
God damn.
They still paying that shit back.
Oh, who's next? Is it Derek?
Yeah, I got for number 2. I got Soul Plane. All right.
Damn, son. That was gonna be my number 1, but
that's my number 1 too, Derek.
Oh, see, well,
why isn't that shit number 1?
Like? Nah, man, because my number 1.
Okay, we're gonna wait for your number 1.
Right,
we're gonna wait for your number 1.
All right, you got that one. All right, go ahead. Who's next? Kelvin?
Yeah, Kelvin.
I'm gonna go with one. Y'all not gonna like this. Above the Rim.
Nah, I can't.
No, I don't say that was trash.
I'm just talking about the acting. Coach put me in.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yo, that was
Leon sitting there playing the game with some dress pants on.
That was Leon before he took acting lessons. That's what that was.
Acting was pretty bad.
Yeah. And that scar they had on Tupac's face. I don't know what that was.
Oh my God.
Was that a piece of spaghetti or something on there?
That was old ass noodle.
Yeah.
That shit was horrible. Let me see. What I got for mine? They took the God, gotta go with Meteor Man.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Wow.
No.
You really dug deep in the trash can for that one.
He did.
How did you find it in the trash?
I don't know, man. I was thinking about some wild shit. I got a list here, man. A lot of bullshit.
Tell you the truth, I got more than 5, but here's my number 1. And Derek said it. My number 1 is Soul Plane.
Soul Plane was my number 1.
My number 1 was Soul Plane. That's the biggest.
I'm gonna find some shit. I'm gonna go through my shit.
I had to do the same thing.
I got one more. I could do this shit all day.
Oh man.
Now, if you guys know who was in this one, this is when you know that you were deep in the trash. Thicker Than Water.
Damn, that was some trash.
Remember that one?
Fat Joe and Mac 10. That was some trash.
Yes. What Sean got?
She got all fast.
No,
I never saw one of them, Sean. I'm with you.
Me neither.
I haven't either.
Crush Groove is trash.
No,
it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. That thing was horrible.
Was the movie.
You know why Crush Groove can't be trash? Can't be trash.
Rodney, I look at you
different. That was one of the first hip hop movies, bro.
Rodney,
that doesn't make it good, Derek. That doesn't make it good.
Run DMC, Hollywood say you know we good if you know.
That's right. Let me explain something to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, don't get me wrong. I love Run DMC. I love that era. You know, that's me right there. But for a movie that was trash, they made that movie with $37 and 1 bucket of chicken, without a doubt. Without a doubt. That movie
that's
was
what
trash.
it was back then. It introduced the world to hip hop. Curtis Blow, Run DMC, LL Cool J with that.
I got it. Still was trash.
New Edition.
You can't.
Oh, right.
Don't get me wrong. It's a classic.
I give you Beat Street.
Okay, it's a classic. But the bottom line, Tougher Than Leather was trash too. That's on my list.
Yeah. I was going to say that. I'm going to go to something else. God damn.
Tougher Than Leather is allowed to be trash. It's allowed to be trash. That's allowed to be trash.
But no, it's another one that I understand where Ronnie's coming from. It had some bad acting.
It had horrible acting.
No, another movie that has bad acting. Last Dragon.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna stop disrespecting my childhood up in here.
No, it's good childhood movie, but when you look back, it was some bad acting, bro.
No, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Under the Cherry Moon.
Oh, that was on my list too. I had that down about. I got it. I swear to you.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I think it's over. I said number one.
Oh, I was
I think so. I don't think
I
you
gave
can
some
beat Soul
extras.
Plane.
I gave some extras.
You gave no. You went. We on number one now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
we
three of
went
us
on
had Soul
I
Plane as
actually had
number
to-
one.
I actually had to change mine. I had to call an audible because I was gonna put Pootie Tang number one. So I'm gonna call an audible, and I'm gonna say Brother from Another Planet.
Trash.
Oh,
Big trash.
good one, Derek. That was
All
good
right.
trash too.
Big trash.
Yeah, that's good trash, man. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah,
you had to go
yeah.
to the landfill and get that
I
one.
kind of had to, bro. I had to kind of dug deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, nasty place, a nasty place.
Yeah. Yo, you probably had to come home and take a shower after doing that.
Brother from Another Planet, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Man.
Go ahead, Kelvin.
Man. I had Soul Plane as number one, but I'll throw in Undercover Brother. That was Eddie
trash.
Griffin.
That was trash. That was
Yeah.
trash.
And then I gotta throw a couple honorable mentions for Eddie. What was the joint where he was like a spaceship or something like that?
Are we talking about Lenny? Was he part of Lenny Part 6? Because that was some trash.
No, that wasn't him.
Okay.
That was Cosby, wasn't it?
I thought both of them was in it. No, was it?
Nah.
What was the one when he was in the military and he was in like a thing, a tank or some shit? Eddie had some bullshit.
Oh, you on Eddie? No, that was Dudley Moore's Best Defense. He was in that for 15 minutes. They just used him as a prop for that.
Norbit was trash. Jamie went.
Oh yeah, he had doing Norbit. Norbit was some bullshit.
Norbert's trash.
Norbit was some bullshit. Yeah.
Pluto Nash, I gotta kill Eddie on Pluto Nash. He was wrong for that.
What was your number one, D? What was your number one?
I'm gonna go back on y'all. Fat Beach.
God, I don't even remember that.
I don't remember.
Did you say beach?
Fat Beach, not bitch.
Okay, I gotta check with you, D. Because you trying to get that
That
scroll
was
the
real
last
close
7
to Fat.
minutes.
Yeah, that was real
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
That was real
We gotta
close.
research that movie actually exists.
D,
So, you know,
you don't say nothing. They're trying to set you up, D. They trying to set you up.
It's PHP Beach. Remember Fat Beach, the guy from what's that show? Lean on Me. He was in that shit too. Monique was in it. That's right. Thank you, Jamie. Monique was in that. Tell you. Then I got
I'm gonna go with anything with Madea in it.
And Juana Man. Juana Man was some trash.
Jemana Wan was trash too.
Yeah, that was.
You know what else? Strapped with Bokeem Woodbine. That was trash.
Anything with Bokeem Woodbine.
But I tell you, that
trash.
was funny. Well, it wasn't a funny subject. How's your mother doing, Bamboo? She all right.
The movie Woo was trash.
Oh,
Yeah,
that may be a
trash.
number one. That may have
Yeah.
taken out Soul Plane. That may have taken out. That was Jada's last movie, wasn't it?
Death by Temptation was trash.
Damn, man.
Foolish. I can keep it going, bro.
We got anything that we like that's worth a damn, bro? Like shit.
And I go back to Rodney's state property again. Goddamn, I gotta bring that shit up again. That was the worst.
Yo, State Property 1, State Property 2, and if they make a number 3, it shit is gonna be trash.
That shit was trash.
It's trash.
Did y'all see Kingdom Come?
Nah. What's
Never
that?
heard
Who
of
was
it.
in that?
Whoopi Goldberg, Chris Rock, LL Cool J, I think Jada, like everybody's ensemble. Kingdom Come.
No, I don't think I saw that.
It ain't make a
Then
black anymore.
you had Jamie Foxx in a movie called Bait with him and Nia Long. Beyond terrible. They didn't even go see it. It was terrible. It was. I mean, it was. You know, it's bad when you don't come to the premiere. Like, nah,
Yeah.
I got something to do.
Yo, they did. I think Cedric the Entertainer was one of the honeymooners, and was it Mike Epps?
It was trash, man. That was trash. Let me see what else I got. I got what's this other drug? This is just talking shit right now. The killer's time on it.
Shawna said she liked Kingdom
She
Come.
said she liked it.
Oh my god, good
Out
burger.
of sync, LL Cool J. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we say Odyssey was trash? How about did we say The Wash? We said The Wash, right?
Yeah, we said the
Yes.
Calvin said the
I
word.
tell you what was trash to me, and I think it was overrated. Poetic Justice.
I wouldn't say it was trash.
I think it epitomized nativism.
Kingdom Come was hilarious. Woo.
God damn.
Y'all movie selection suck. I think they trying to say this episode of Black Card Revoked, man. If we ain't
Nah,
careful, man.
I want everybody to go watch them and look at the acting. And oh,
Yeah,
shit,
that's it. That's what you have to.
y'all be like, damn, these motherfuckers are right.
Well, you can tell in some of the movies they said cut, and the motherfuckers kept going.
Word up.
Yeah.
I think Colors was trash.
Colors.
Oh.
I remember Colors. I wouldn't say it made my list.
Girl 6, I got down there too.
I'm gonna have to go Breaking 2.
Oh, Breaking 1 and 2. When you think back of it.
Hold up, those are other ones we cannot listen. Early
What about
hip-hop
Beat
movies
Street?
are not allowed.
Beach Street had a
Early
good
hip
story.
hop
Beach
movies
Street
are
had a
not
good
allowed.
story. Bad acting, good story.
Yeah.
But Beats Break Into, they had to bring the girl that's the ballerina, the white girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some trash. Had to bring the
Can't
white girl
have
in.
nothing around here.
Oh, man. Anyway, man, hey, brothers, this was a good show tonight, man. We had a lot of fun. Thanks, shout out to Dr. Cheeks for enlightening us and giving us all the information. Please follow that brother and get in touch with him. We'd like to thank all the people that chimed in tonight, all the ladies who was on the chat heavy tonight. We were the brothers. We need sort of brothers too, but the ladies was dominating the chat. We love it that the sisters are supporting us. We love y'all. Happy Women's Month. We love y'all. Peace, and peace.
Hit that thumbs up.